lines in my face. I should have gotten my hair cut or something. I'm losing my hair in the weirdest way, and I don't know if this shirt works, because this is all wrinkly here, and then... You done? Your life is a lie. Do you understand me? I don't really like the way you're putting that. I just feel as though I'm, your little boobies getting all full and stuff, huh? Your boobies aching, huh? You disgust me. I gotta go teach a man class now. Okay, maybe get a couple girls pregnant in the process, confuse a couple guys about their sexuality, and most importantly, bring some comedy heat. Don't fail. Maybe I was too hard on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Callen.
Yes, I say yes. Gets me excited. Look at my fingers. I didn't even plan that. Guy's got my fingers all erect and whatnot. What's going on? It's an aggressive mustache, and there's another one. We don't play around. And you got, it's not even hair, it's a fucking mane. It's a mane, man. And curly, it's wavy. It looks like a ski slope, only black. Looks like you're wearing a couple... Looks like a squirrel tail or something. I had a whole act, and I come out and I see that. What to do with that? Your eyes. Let it sit in your eyes and eat a peach. You ever just eat tropical fruit? You're standing in the doorway, you let the juice drip down and catch in your mustache. Oh, butterflies, they land on your mustache. They love peach and butterflies. Then you breathe in and they're like this, and you breathe out, they're like... Man's gotta know how to use his feathers, man. We don't have any help from an industry. Gotta know how to use your body, man. I'm a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 5, solid, okay? Like, I don't sit in stools, all right? That's how you kill yourself before you get out of the gates, okay? You walk in, wore your new outfit, you're like, all right, ladies, nice. Yeah, my feet don't reach the ground, look at this. That doesn't make a girl want to breathe with you. What do you do? I never know, what are you gonna do? A little swim kick? Does that turn you on when I do that? Huh? You like that? Or should I tuck my feet? Now I tuck, that's what most of the time we tuck. We're not even sitting, I'm perching. Like a birdie or a kitty cat. Okay? Grown men don't perch. Say, hey, turn heads when you're a regular guy, okay? Scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 5 solid, okay? So I walk in, I gotta get their attention right away. What do? I don't know. I don't even walk in. I just start popping my legs, all right? Yeah. It's weird. She's like, why is that guy walking like a male chicken? Don't worry about it, honey. You're looking at me. That's the point, all right? Get to the stool, moment of truth. She expects a kitty cat, maybe a birdie. What's the kid do, huh? I'm a 5. Now I'm a 7, aren't I? Yeah, exactly. Look at how flexible my upper groin is. Oh my God, why is he caressing his own thigh? It's a free country, that's why. Look at that. That right there is the dirty underground. His jeans are a little tight, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wore them for the special. You guys wanna see 8? Huh? I don't care, I give. I'm a giver. You got your seatbelt on? You ready for 8? Fucking 8, look at that shit right there, look at that. Do not try this at home, you will tear your sack, you understand me? Take my workshop before you try that. It's an advanced move. I'll show you 9, but I'm not wearing the right pants. You wanna see 9? I gotta be wearing my 1970s running shorts. I said it. Everybody's shorts come down to here. Horse poo. I say, bring them high, bring them tight. I go a size too small. What do you think about that, OC? Huh? Yeah. Tell you what's good about that. You walk in riding high, you throw a leg up, what happens? Listen, women can show off a little cleavage. I can't show off a little, you know what I'm saying? Don't show the whole thing. I'm not trying to be vulgar, just a little bit. Just the nubs, because women like subtlety. They'll look, too. They will look. They'll be like, oh my, is that what I think? Oh my God. Hey. Easy, looky-loos. Yeah, mustache, don't show the whole thing. A lot of my students go overboard trying to be extra sexy. You show the whole thing, it just ends up looking like somebody threw a dead baby bird against your leg, okay? Is my assistant back there? Get my assistant, I don't do my own stuff. Oh, look at that, that's Jeremy Piven. That's Jeremy, he delints me. He's delinting me. Thank you. He's telling me I'm doing an amazing job. Thank you.
The Prius is fired up, ready to go. Whenever you're done.
Yeah, I'll be done in about an hour, though. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right there. Now, what's the lesson? What's the point of that? To show you I got A-list celebrity friends, that I make a ton of money? That cost me 20 grand. Don't worry about it, all right? It's not the point. The point is you can afford to have an assistant like that, a famous assistant, get you laid. Not a waiver, by the way, either. I don't do this. I don't know who invented this. There's nothing masculine about that. Don't ever do that. You go to a bar like, hi. I got caught in a double wave one time. People were like, oh my God, hi. Oh my God. What's that? No. That more masculine? Yeah. No, how you doing? I throw it right back at him. Watch me get out of it. Ready? Just a little trick. I holstered my point. Never seen them. I'm not gonna show off. I'm not doing that just to, I've already showed you what I got going on over here. I can get you all. If there's a group, that's a problem. A lot of times there's a group of women or, group of people, and you point like that, you create confusion because they're like, is he pointing at me or what? So you gotta have other techniques. You wanna see my technique? What? I'm not baiting you. I'm not baiting you. I'm just saying. I just want to say, people are like, that's impossible. How are you going to point to everybody? I don't know. How? Yeah, I'm getting everybody. And you guys with my thumb, just 'cause. They're like, oh my God, he points like a wizard. Yeah. I don't want to get into a conversation about wizardry with you, okay, nerd? How about that? I'm an adult. It's a bad habit anyway. Never do the authentic wizard point, ever. That's the message. Always, please, underpoint. Always underpoint, never overpoint. Always under, never over. Always. I can't say it enough. Why? You get in the habit of this all the time. You're like, hey, what's up, man? Aha, I'm a wizard. That's fine. Problem is sometimes you got people in the upper rows, balcony, second story, and they're like, hey, how are you? You can't be like, what's up? How are you guys? Yeah. Now I'm a Nazi bastard. You see that? You see how you go from sexy wizard to huge a-hole with the swivel of your wrist? Yeah. And this is the beautiful thing about life. The way you use your body sends off all the right or the wrong signals. You get caught in the white power salute, I'll show you how easy it is to get out of. You get excited, you're like, hey, what's up? They're like, oh my God, he's a Nazi. All you gotta do is bring your fingers in. Now we got black power, motherfucker. You see that? I'm so inclusive. We live in a very puritanical, homophobic society. You just can't do certain things. You can't be too expressive with your body. You just can't announce yourself. You can't, I'm here. You can't do that. You can't walk in. I've always wanted to, just that. You can't frolic through wheat. That's all. No matter how stressful my day, I can never just run through wheat and just forget my sorrows. You know what I mean? Never. Women never go, oh my God, that's so hot, he's frolicking. They never, not once in the history of man. You can't run through that same wheat field like this. You can't drag a hand over the wheat either. You can't do that. There's no manual for it. I just know that's not allowed. Without sending a different signal, that's all. It's funny too, when guys, I noticed I was at a game the other day and guys cheer like this, like they gotta, if you're like, yeah, if you're cheering your team on, or you're at a concert, or what, yeah, we're number one! It's this. See how I got a little bend here, this area gets a lot of oxygen, and I'm here, right? That's how I got, yeah, woo, number one! You'll never see your buddy like, woo, we're number one! Do that. It's funny. Straight guys will never lock their knees, and you never lock the joints. I'll tell you a story. I thought about that because my buddy, I don't like making fun of anybody for being gay, or I just never thought it was funny, because I got, my buddies, I have a friend who's a drag queen, and I grew up with him, very gay, like, really, like feathers, the whole thing. He's literally like, the kind of guys, like, when I'm with him, I've had other gay men come up and go, friend's a little, and, yeah. So this guy brought out a snake, and I don't like snakes, okay? So I was with my other friends and my buddy Jay, and I assumed the standard I don't like snake stance, the standard straight guy, I don't like snake stance, which is a little here. I'm ready in case I gotta punch the snake in the fangs, right? And that's how, if you ever look at like regular straight guys, there's always a little, if you have good posture, they see your head. Right? You know what I mean? Is that you're spooking the deal with your posture? So you gotta stay under here like that, and then you gotta push off here. It's always, when you spear a deer, but then again, that rustling may not be a deer, could be a... Yeah. Anyway, but we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that subject in a second. But here's the thing. And all my buddies are doing a variation on that theme, like, I don't want the snake. And my buddy, my Jay's, I was like, Jay, you look like a penguin under arrest. That's what I said, because I'm witty. You can't do that. You can't defend against a snake. You're making yourself a bigger target. You can't keep a permanent snarl. Like, I don't like that. The world is too dangerous to be standing ever like a penguin or anything like that. You just can't. It's too dangerous. There are too many tigers in the tall grass, man. There really are. Read the newspaper, you watch the news, you better be always ready. You never see me out of this position. I'm just always looking around like that. That's how guys are. People are too relaxed. I see people, I like you. That's why, the only time I'm out of the hunt fight posture is when I'm sleeping. And that's probably why I don't sleep very well. Because you never see me on the side of the road. There are too many maniacs. I'm always looking for maniacs. The minute you lock your knees, you become bait, okay? You stop being a hunter and you're bait for the maniacs. They're out there looking for locked knees. Speaking metaphorically again. They're gonna teach this 1-hour special in literature class. But sleeping is, I don't sleep well. I'm just always ready. I wake up like a little kitty cat, like at the littlest sound, like that. My mother told me to take a nap on the side of the road one time. I told her I was falling asleep. She goes, always pull over, take a nap on the side of the road. Excuse me? Not a shot. That's the crazy. I turned myself into maniac bait. You out of your mind? I'll die in my sleep at the wheel. I'd way rather I fall asleep, die in a crash, die in a fiery place. I'll take that shit over being well rested, waking up on the side of the road like that. No way. It's like the same thing when people like stop their car and they wave you across like that. I see people lollygag like, Didi, thank you very much. I don't know about that. Somebody stops their car like that? Why is this guy stopping? That's weird. A grown man stopping his car like that? I'm always ready, man. Always. Always. Because there's always that maniac. Here's a true story. There was a nun behind a wheel. It's a bad story about me, but the nun waved us across with my buddy. My buddy goes, let's go. I go, I don't know. It's a nun. I go, or it's a maniac dressed like a nun. It's a perfect maniac costume, okay? All maniacs have a nun costume that hangs right next to the Santa costume, okay? I don't have data on it, but that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. I crossed, I'm not a freak, I crossed, but I was waiting. I just had one eye peeled like that, just staring at nun. Not this guy, nunny! I was like walking around like, grown men don't even smile on vacation. My dad started frowning the minute we started packing our bags. And spent the whole vacation looking for somebody to rip him off like this. He was right. You see a grown man smiling at you randomly for more than 3 seconds, walk away. He's either a freak or he's selling you something you don't need. I'm telling you, gotta just be always, that's why I gotta stay in shape. No, that's not why I can't anyway. I'm wearing a leotard. But, It's nothing weird. Just after the show, there's this wealthy, older wig and scrub his floors while he calls me Dutch boy. It's his $150. You know what I'm talking about, goatee? You know what I'm talking about. My rent's paid on time. Gotta keep in shape, man. You gotta just stay, just keep the belly tight and the arms heavy. That's the other thing. Otherwise, you start looking soft. You start looking appetizing. Guys know that, though. We have an instinct for that stuff. These guys, the problem is, you got to look like bummer about technology. Technology is moving so fast. We don't do anything with our bare hands. Men are still producing testosterone. We're still bigger, stronger, and in a lot of ways more aggressive. But there's, we're losing gym. There's nothing else. There's nowhere else to burn it off. But we still, we still do these crazy P17 whatever. It's the crazy guys will do shrugging like that. My buddy was doing this the other day with weight. I was like, what are you doing? I'm working where it should be in case the tiger takes us into the second or third round. Gotta have good /fight hunt instinct gone wild. Guys, because you gotta have a chest. Guys spend a summer trying to get 300 pounds off their back. They'll do whatever they got. They'll shoot themselves up with testosterone, with human growth. It doesn't matter. The only thing weak on them is their liver, their kidneys, and their dick. It's worth it. It's worth it if they can get 300 pounds. Because you always use this and that. Right? And then you got some guy you don't even know teabagging you the whole time. It's like it's worth it. I can't do it. I can't go to the gym. I can't. I just feel too artificial. I can't. My buddy was doing this the other day. He was kicking like that in front of a TV with one of these exercise programs like that. I was like, what are you doing? He goes, nah, this gets your ass. I'm bubbling my ass. It gets the ass, but really gives the bubble. I had to punch him in the face on principle, okay? It's not how a man gets just, you work the land, you split wood, you bale hay, you take your girl from behind, whatever it is, gets you in shape. So much better. So much better, man. That's, women are taking Viagra now. Because men can't do man stuff. You got in shape in the old days. You had to work the land. You had to bale hay. I don't even know how to... I don't know if that's how you do it, but that's how I... Then you gotta split wood. You should always split wood. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Then you just sit back and just maybe wearing a pair of baggy pants tied off with a rope. Maybe no pants, maybe just rope, I don't know. Yeah. Take a peach break. Come home and you smell like she's baking you a pie. You come home, she's baking you a pie, and you smell like wood and hay and peach. It's a great smell. It beats the hell out of smelling like protein powder and baby oil. Right? Everything is simulated. Everything. I just feel that way. I just miss the old days. We got to get back to that stuff. Technology has a downside, is all I'm trying to say. I used to catch your own food. Come on, man. That's so sexy. You catch your own food? Come on. What a way to tell a woman you love her. You just go out there and you're like, I'll be right back, baby. You know what I mean? I want a hamburger. You can take it to Mickey D's, and maybe I'll just catch you a cow, honey. Throw a big old angry stallion between your legs. Get the... I'll be right back, baby. Here! No hands. Look at that. No hands. No hands. By the way, horses. My buddy, that's the other thing. Horses. My buddy bought a 400 horsepower, $200,000 Porsche or whatever, like this really expensive, I don't know what it was. And he opens the hood, I don't know much about cars, and he goes, I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh. And he didn't like that reaction, so he went. I didn't know what I was, oh. And then he's revving the engine like, I'm like, give you a boner, bro. I was like, that's incredible. 236 miles an hour. Dude, if there was no traffic or speed limits, you would kill everybody. telling you, you ride a, come on, man, you got a 400 horsepower car, I ride up in a 1-power horse. Sexier. Back in the day, that's what you did. You just rode, you know, if you wanted to meet a woman, it was just, you didn't have to fucking meet her. You just rode by, just, mine, you know? It's illegal, but it's romantic. Like, how'd you guys meet? Meet? I fucking stole her, bro. Oh, Jesus. So many things you can do on a horse, man. I want to do a lot of things I want to do before, like, I've always wanted to rescue a group of women on a horse. You know what I mean? They're just in the wilderness, covered in leaves, because they lost their clothing in the accident. Oh, maybe they're surrounded by wolves, walking wolves. Oh! We're gonna die of the wolves. But guess what? The wolf whisperer comes riding up with that hair and that mustache. Yeah, I don't even need the tail on my horse. I just snip it because I don't want to compete. Yeah, I look like a centaur. All I'm wearing is that rope, remember? And I just feel the backbone on my taint. It's too much information. It's just my private fantasy. I just ride up, and they're like, thank God, thank you, Wolf Whisperer. What about the wolves? I just look, wolves! Well, because we're shooting a special, it's get the F out of here, wolves! It's me trying as they're eating peaches, and I'm splitting wood to make a fire. But we don't have it. Yeah, a lot of guys you see does it slow, deliberate. Can you really start a fire like that? I believe I identify with this, and I think most women will find it romantic, but I've always wanted to rescue like a sleepy, up to guys and drinking whiskey and whatever, and they're wearing bandoleros. It's Spanish for bandoleros. And you know, the guy comes in and he's like, hey, lady guys, I think the lady doesn't want to dance with you anymore. You mind if I cut in? Or whatever, they use some bullshit dance metaphor, and then you send somebody out there first to warn them. You got to get them spooked, okay? Now, I watched these nature shows, Discovery and stuff. They had an African medicine man, okay, on one of these programs, like a real life. He had a bone tank top. He had a bone tank top and like a leopard head on his head. That was his hat. That's your hat? He had a head like this on his head, no chin strap, just stayed on. And he was doing this. This guy had Ebola. And the hat wasn't, the leopard head stayed on his head. You know how? Magic, okay? And he's like, and the guy who had Ebola was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, he walked away. Anyway, the point I'm making is that's who I want. That's who I send ahead of me before I come to kick some ass, okay? So the biker gang, they're in this sleepy country town, and they're doing all their wrongdoing. I don't really know how to mime wrongdoing, but you know, whatever they're doing, okay? And they're doing their thing, and this is what they get interrupted by. They don't see me. They just see my African medicine man, Itwa Dumela. They just see him like, that'll get your attention. Okay, so what happens? Leader of the wrongdoer doesn't want to be spooked, so he's always like, the hell's that crazy son of a bitch saying up there, speaking all that goddamn gibberish, getting away with my wrongdoing? Somebody go up there, kick his ass! And they're all like, yeah! But there's always some grizzled wrongdoer who speaks fluent Swahili or whatever, okay? Because, you know, he's a mercenary in Africa. He's always, hold on! Hold on! That ain't no crazy man. That's a real-life African medicine man. Congo, deep forest. He ain't speaking gibberish. What the hell is he saying? He's saying that the gods are angry, and their wrath rides near in the form of a slender, brown-eyed white man. And we should run, because he will come and lay a reckoning on us so terrible that our screams for mercy will crack the very sky above us and bring birds from the sky and fish to land. And then I imagine this means we're gonna get smashed and then, I don't know. Maybe that's the way we're gonna die. Already awesome, okay? Yeah. Now, if you know anything about African medicine men, you know that they can disappear just poof, like that, all right? And then guess who's standing in his place? That's right, the kid. That's right. I'm just hanging out like this, just fucking shredded. You can't, you know, but fucking, you know, whatever. I need to stand for this, all right? And I don't know why, but I got two, like, really hot girls clutching each calf like that. Yeah, it's my fantasy. I don't care. It's not good for mobility. I don't give a shit, all right? Yeah. And I'm just standing there with, I got two machine guns, That's Spanish for machine guns. I just start spitting that, just. That's the machine gun twirl, all right? Yeah, I invented that, but whatever. Of course, I run out of bullets, right? You run out of bullets. Here's the best part. I just take my guns and I just go and drop them. And of course, the two girls are like, "What are you you're such an idiot? Why didn't you bring more bullets? You're such an idiot. There's so many more of these Nazi bikers. We're gonna die." I don't say shit. I just reach into my back and I pull out two machetes. Two machetes! And then I do the machete dance. Ever seen that? I'll answer the question. No, you fucking haven't. Machetes looks very... with machetes. Deadly. Anyway, see, okay, it's not even the best part. This is what every guy wants to do, okay? I want to get on my horse. You forgot about the horse. This is a horse fantasy. Yeah. I get on my horse and I just ride off into the sunset. The sun is setting and I get to the hill where it all started and I want to do this. I want to just pull my horse around like that and I just want to do one of the where my horse rears up and it looks like a little like horsey boxer, like he keeps it, he holds it. Because I practiced it. And then the whole town's like, "Thank you, hero, thank you." And I'm like, "No problem, town." Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the point I'm making. Grew up on a range. And you guys probably don't understand that. You guys just city. See right back, I'm gonna catch you a cow. That's very sexy to a woman. That's just old school, because you gotta stampede them. You stampede them, okay? And all these doggies are stampeding. Every time there's always some dog who decides he's an individual and he'll stray from the herd. He just strays. And I love that, because I'm like, what are you, an individual? Huh? You're a herd animal, you idiot. Yeah, that's like, get back here, cowsy powsy. All right? Pull my horse back, you pull a cow off its feet. It's a beautiful sound, man, because usually cows are like, moo. I like grass, moo. You pull a cow off its feet at a dead run, you know what you hear? Moo! Yeah, my little thing, got a bouquet of the hooves. Gotta buy you a bouquet of roses, I'll make you a hoof bouquet. Here comes the ugly part. My girl's hungry and I gots to kill the cow. A lot of guys will take a cow to a slaughterhouse. Mustache, you know how I kill my cows? I punch them in the face till they fucking die, okay? Sparta! It's great exercise because it takes fucking forever. It does. It takes forever to punch a cow to death because they got that spongy nose like a shock absorber. Like, come on, my girl's hungry. Apologize to any vegetarians out there. Yeah. I love animals. I hate cows. I was about 7 or 8 years old. I was milking away trying to get some whole milk from a Rice Krispies. I think. A lot of it's a blur. Maybe I tugged an udder wrong. I don't know. I don't speak cow, okay? I'm not up on cow politics. All I know is I'm tugging away, okay, all happy as a clam. And the hoofed freak whipped around and bit me face. You grow up real fast, you got a 1,700-pound milk machine latched onto your face with them flat, grass-stained teeth. Thing just shook me, just, I was like, Mommy! But Mommy wasn't around. So I had to go like that to its eye. That's what you do when an angry bovine grabs your face. You come out like the point and gank right in the eye. Because they wear their eyes on the side of their stupid cow faces. Thing let go right quick, too. Thing was like, Rah! Yeah, which means my eye in cow. Buy an eye patch. Don't bite me in my adorable face anymore. That's me picking up my pail of milk. I finish every story with detail. That's how I walked, because I was cute. The point I'm making is we just pay a price for technology. That's what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. Just don't do... I just have a roundabout way of going about it, that's all. I like to give a lot of examples. But everything you do, you know, everything, nothing is by bare hands. We don't use our hands anymore. Nothing's tactile anymore. Nothing. You don't use your muscle for anything. Back in the day, you didn't have supermarkets. That pail of milk, do some sexy things with the pail of milk. Do some disgusting things with a pail of milk. No, we had the internet, but that's not what I'm talking about here, right? No, but you, with a pail of milk, forget it. You know what you do with that? You can make butter. Yeah, you go up to your girl, you be like, I'll be right back, honey. I'm gonna go make some butter. What? That's proper technique. You gotta get your hips in it, otherwise your core gets too sore. Love churning butter. I always feel like a dairy magician after I'm done. You know what I mean? What was milk is now butter. So I like to reward myself. I'll just give myself a reward. I'll just knife a hand, reach in, grab myself a liberal handful. I mean a liberal handful. I'll give myself a raw butter bath. Oh, let me tell you something right now. You want to spice up your love, your whole life? You want to spice up your love life? I don't care. You've been married 25 years. Your girl comes in, sees you giving yourself a butter bath. Everything stops. Okay? Everything. I don't care how liberated, how educated. It's very hard to put that into context. That just taps right into the DNA. They just walk in, the purse drops. They're just like, "What the fuck are you doing in my living room?" Nothing. Just give myself a butter bath, that's all. That ain't illegal, is it? I mean, you ain't the butter police, are you? Fucking butter police? Holy shit, I'm getting one. She is the butter police. She better slap them cuffs on real tight. 'Cause I guarantee my wrist will be all kinds of buttery. I might just slip out them cuffs. She's either gonna want pancakes or she's gonna want an F to the uck. No butter baths if you're hairy, please. It's disgusting. I gotta just say that. Don't, hey, you know, guys, he said no, that's disgusting. Shave it, otherwise flies, it's gross. Peach juice, butterflies, butter flies. I invented that, that's my poem. Fantastic, fantastic. I just, look, you know, everything we do, it's efficiency and speed and technology. It's got its upside, man. But I just, like, even the way we communicate, I think there's a problem. I don't like the way we do that. Everything we do, we're even fighting wars like this. We're fighting wars with our thumbs. That's what's happening. And maybe it's good that we're fighting with machines, but there's something weird where you got guys in Florida and Nevada, and they're killing bad guys with their thumbs 5,000 miles away with those drone aircrafts. You know, I thought about it and I was like, you know, the war hero in 20 years isn't going to be the grizzled Marine with the scars and the shaved head. He's going to be the chubby dude with huge thumb muscles who smells like Doritos and weed. That's weird to me. And the way we communicate, we do the same thing with our thumbs. You write, like, hey, you're really hot, I had a good time. Gang send. You know, you're really beautiful. I like your tits in that dress. LOL. You know. What happened to love letters? Love letters. Nobody writes love letters anymore. That's so romantic. You know. That's how you. I remember the first love letter I got from my girlfriend Karen Harrison when I was 14 years old, and she wrote me this letter, and she cried onto the letter on purpose so that the tears ran the ink. And it smelled like her perfume, and I remember just going, oh, that's, you know, I was 5,000 miles away, but it was amazing. You don't get that with this. And back in the old days, it was even more romantic, because you had to get a piece of papyrus or parchment or whatever, I don't know what the fuck is it called, whatever. Either way, it cost you, it took a month to save up to buy one piece of paper, and then you had to take a feather and you dipped it in squid ink, and you wrote, and I don't even, anybody know how to get squid ink? Anybody? I have no idea. What a pain in the ass. You gotta go get a boat, I guess, and a net and catch squid, which I had no idea how to do. And then be like, what are you doing? I'm catching squid. Ah, calamari. No, I gotta write a love letter. It's fucking, you know. Then you got to get the ink out of the squid, which you squeeze them, maybe you scare them, like, boom! You know, I'm being silly, but you know what I mean. Now you got your thing of ink, and after all that with the feather, and you dip it in the squid ink, and you write, and you wrote poetry. Poetry's dead. Poetry, the reason you wrote poetry is because that's your one letter, man. After all that work, it better mean something. It's not just like, hey, I had a good time, you look hot, thanks, dink, like that. No, you had to write to the rhythm of your heartbeat, and you wrote something that really fucking mattered, because you're getting laid. If that girl's gonna give you what she's got, back in the day before penicillin, STDs were a serious issue, you understand? So you stuck with one girl, and you wrote that thing, and then you sealed it. You did this with it, you know, whatever, I don't know, what is the word for that? Rolled it? Yeah, you rolled it. And then you sealed it with wax, and you tied it to the leg of a pigeon, and you fucking sent it off. My God, that's incredible. No email, I got pigeons. You just hope a hawk doesn't take them out of the sky on the way. Then your loved one doesn't know how you feel after all that work. Back in the old days, they were probably anti-hawk. Anyway. You know, but that's the thing. I just feel like, style, taking your time for stuff. That's what makes life worth living. Like, why can't I wear a cape? Who decided capes were no longer in for guys? Back in the 1800s, everybody wore capes. If there was a puddle, you took it off. If there was a straight bull, you fought it. Whatever you did. You know what I mean? Capes were amazing. If there was a breeze, they were like, oh, I'm cold. I don't know what you're talking about. You could wrap it. You could wrap it. If there was a bee swarm, they'd be like, bees, run, find water. Whatever. It's so multifunctional, man. Oh. You could they see you coming a mile away. You enter, they think it's a dust storm, because my cape's gonna be crushed velvet, ruby red, and it's gonna drag on the ground and swirl dust. I'll tell you that much. I know, it's hard. Nowadays, you say 50 lies on national TV, you show up on Oprah the next day in a cape, douchebag. Cape. When you have a cape, you can just fucking swoop into. I have arrived. When you have a cape, you can speak this way. Like you're from England. And you can court a woman, you can use poetry. Poetry is dead, but if you have an English accent, a cape, poetry, and a falcon. Huh. Are you kidding me? A cape and a falcon, even in 2011, you're going right to the top of the food chain. I don't give a shit. I don't care if the president of the United States walks through that door. I walk in with a cape and a falcon, forget it. It's like, oh my God, that's Barack Obama. That's so, why, hold on, why is that guy wearing a cape and a falcon? That's what every girl does. Every girl. Because I own everything, my lady. And you can court a woman with poetry when you have a cape, a falcon, English accent, and poetry. Lady, my lady. Even the angels themselves fell back, dumbstruck, awed, and clutching at their aching hearts when God pulled you from his mold. I cannot look upon you. Your eyes sparkle with a radiance that would darken even the sun. Go, go! I would grant you anything you have but to ask. All I require is that you kiss me in this area. I know. It's vulgar, but you see how classy even a blowjob sounds when you got a cape and a falcon? You get away with anything. Oh man, I want it. I want it. It's got to be a falcon. Please don't scrimp on the bird. It's no, because Americans are idiots. They're like, falcon. How much is that? Oh no, you got any skinny chickens I can paint his feathers brown? That's what we do. We'd have sales. I mean, you dress up a crow, put a hood on a crow's anyway. No, got to be a falcon. All right? Ridiculous. Bird makes all the difference. It does. I'm sorry. Birds are badass. And falcons, man, they can protect you. Go, go! Means attack face. They just fly up and like that. They do. They dive bomb your face. That's where I think that guy from Avatar got the idea. Like that. And they hit you. You can train them like that. And, you know, my buddy was a Green Beret, and I told him that. I told him I was going to get a falcon that was going to attack somebody's face. And he goes, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Bring your falcon. Sick your falcon on me, bro. Please, do that for me. I want your falcon. I'll punch him in the beak, I'll pluck him, and I'll fuck him, okay? Yeah, it's funny to you, but that's my dream bird. So I was like, okay. So we went to the supermarket because we were going to watch football, and we were getting all our stuff, and I picked up a chicken. It wasn't a big chicken. I picked up a chicken, and I go, Matt, and I tucked it under my chin like this. I had the chin, and I go, Matt, you a Green Beret, 6'4", 235 pounds. Thank you so much for your service to our country. I know you're a badass. You got no respect for a falcon. This is chicken. It's a chicken, not a big chicken, a little chicken. There's a little chicken under my chin. I want you to be honest with this question. We've known each other a long time. Be honest with this question, okay? I want you to tell me, honestly, keep your eye on this chicken. I want you to tell me exactly how fucking that feels. Yeah. I put it in his face, okay? And he's like, I'm like, that's it. Now, dab the blood. I know you got tears in your eyes. I'm not done with the metaphor. Now, do me a favor. With that chicken, I want you in your mind to add razor-sharp talons, a trailer hitch for a beak, and 70 more miles an hour. That'll leave a couple marks, Matt. Diss my bird. It's why I believe in reincarnation, how you could be reborn like a falcon, and which is awesome, and people talk about it, and they go, and you soar and you attack faces or whatever, and then or you could be a penguin, which is the most ridiculous. First of all, you ever try, can you imagine a penguin on my forearm? Imagine what a dumb, we'll talk about ruining the whole look. You look like an Alaskan magician or whatever, you know what I mean? First of all, it's a dumb thing to talk about. You ever try to balance a penguin on your forearm? Anybody? Like him? Falling off. It's impossible. You want to rake somebody's face, you got to pick him up and throw him at the guy. And even then, it's like getting hit by a long meat pillow with feet. Horseshit bird. Idiots. Not even a bird. I mean, it's like in the middle of the South Pole. You know how badly that would suck? Just always cold. Like this shit. Polar bear, run! point is, by the way, it's a little off topic, but I watch a lot of animal shows because I like the way they sort of teach us about male-female dynamics. And there's a bird out there that can kick a grown man's ass. Yeah, very easily. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, the ostrich, the ostrache, the African ostrache. Very good class participation right there, okay? You jumped right on it. Now, a couple things about the ostrache that you may not know, okay? But I got to talk about it, okay? They run 55 miles an hour. Yeah, 5'5", and they can keep that pace up for a half an hour. You should all be like this, okay? Don't act like you knew that, all right? Let me put that into context for you. A racehorse, top-of-the-line racehorse, runs 45 miles an hour, okay? That means you take an ostrache, you drop it in the middle of the Kentucky Derby, all right? Mr. Ostrache is like, see you later, horses. It laps the fucking horses, man. You put your money on the bird. And it's got 2 legs. You didn't think about that till you came to my presentation. Not even why they're my favorite bird over the falcone, okay? Here's what I love about them. When they don't take crap from anybody, not even lions. Lions come down to the watering hole, everybody else hightails it out of there because King of the Beast is in the house. You know what Mr. Ostrache does? He draws an imaginary circle around himself, and he just hangs out. He just hangs out, minding his own business. Just hangs. Keeps a couple eyes on him, you know, just looks at the old yellow kitty, get it. Get it. As long as you mind your own business, kitty cat. But they never do. There's always some young, dumb male who's like, you know, I want some bird. As soon as that, it's beautiful. As soon as that lion just dips, I mean dips a paw over that imaginary circle, Mr. Ostrache is like, here's a problem, kitty cat. I can run 15 miles an hour faster than you can, but I don't fucking feel like it. Hey there! Takes one shot. By the way, it doesn't have to be a lion either. Could be a Japanese tourist who didn't listen to the guide. Happens 3 times a year. I'm just telling you. Mr. Ostrich, smile! Smile, Mr. Ostrich, smile! No! I'm telling you, I want one roaming my property. The rich are buying them now. They're incredible. They're incredible watchbirds. They keep everybody off your property. They only like you. Your property is their property. First of all, they can see over your wall. They're just doing this shit all day long. Any monkey business? Huh? Yeah, and when maniacs and robbers come to your house, what animal are they looking for? Dogs, yeah. What are they not looking for? Yeah. They're not looking for a 350-pound kung fu turkey, are they? No, they're not. They don't teach you that in maniac school, do they? It's like, I'm gonna kill somebody. No, dog. Is that a turkey? What is that? Hey, wrong house. Good boy, Nathan. You good boy. It's the only time a straight guy can lock his knees and his elbow at the same time. And he's petting his killer ostrache for kicking a maniac in the face. Good boy. You're getting chubby. This is my Christmas card. People get weird pets. They do. We do. You know, ostrich is a good pet. Dogs. Don't get chimps. We know that, right? No chimps. Bad pet. Bad pet. It's okay. Just we didn't know until the 911 call. That's all. I had to listen to it. Shouldn't have listened to it. Had to listen to it. And I've never been the same since. There's before 911 call, after 911 call. That's all. I listen to that thing like this. I mean, like that. I mean, listen, here's the thing I don't, do a little research on your pets. That's all. Just do a little research. I don't understand how you think. The thought process, some people are so dumb. Like, do a little research. You know, they eat your face, your genitals, and your hands. That's what they do. That's the first place they go. So for me, you know, I don't understand how you go into the, hi, do you have anything with 6 or 7 times the upper body strength of a grown man with a 3-year-old's brain? Anything like that? Oh, are they prone to rage? Yeah? I'll take one. That's what scares me about life. That's what, you know, that's the unpredictable, man. For that woman, her tiger was a chimp. You know, that was the tiger in the tall grass. We're all going down. We're all going down. There's a tiger waiting as soon as you lock your knees, whatever. But she took her vitamins. She got her hair done. She wore her seatbelt that day. She didn't expect like that, okay? There's no way to protect yourself against that, okay? They are so strong. They had a female in the Bronx Zoo. I think it was in the Bronx Zoo. And it was 140 pounds. And they strapped it to a chair, and they gave it food. Like the more it pulled, the sweeter the fruit, okay? So it pulled with one hand, uno, mane. Or is it mano? What do you say? Mano, I'm bilingual. So you go, with one hand, pull 1,200 pounds. This thing was a 200-pound chimp. So I wonder what you do. All that bench press you do, you could bench 600 pounds, and you could have a 600-pound bench, and this is what happens to you when Mr. Chimpanzee grabs you. Just like that. That sucks. It's the worst way to die. I don't want to die by biting. I'll die by anything else, not biting. Thank you. I'll take fire, everything, not biting. Oh my God. No, thank you. That's why I don't swim in the ocean. I don't do that. Yep, I'm not getting eaten by a shark. I don't care. I don't do it. No way. I can go in these sneakers, and the water would not go in my sneakers. That's how far. I'm not going into my ankles because I might get sucked in by the undertow. I don't care. People make fun of me. My sister's like, "You're such a baby. It's very rare. It's rare. It's so rare. It's rare." Yeah, okay. Where you're floating is rare. And if you see where I'm standing, that's never. Never. You live in rare land, I'll live in Neverland. It's annoying. And then you know, this is the thing as you grow old, like you start to realize the things you heard as a kid. Like since I was a little kid, what do they tell you? If a shark attacks, you punch it in the nose. You just hit it in the nose. Yeah, like that. Oh, is that what I do? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thanks, I feel safe. What are you talking about? They eat sea lions like this. Okay? It's like a Chevy with fins. What do you punch it in the nose? What the? Yeah, you know how hard I punch underwater? I could take that you could hit me in the balls like that. I'd be like this. And since when do sharks even, when do you see them to punch them in the nose? What are they, this is how you get attacked by a shark. Like that. You're swimming like, the sun. That's just, I'm just telling you. Google it if you have to. They don't come out of the water like, "I'm coming!" Stupid. Dumb. Stand away from animals. Do not play with anything but a dog or a kitty cat. Sometimes you got to fight a man. I got in a fight. He was basically, I mean, he was about the size of my kitchen. I don't know if you ever fought in your kitchen. I'm not a tough guy. You know, as a man too, you know, I moved a girl out of the way. I just like, I went, it was crowded and I go, "Excuse me," like that. And I guess it was the wrong girl because I just see, like that. And he's this giant man. And you know, as a man, you always like, you know, you learn how to punch, you learn how to wrestle, you know, and you always talk a game like, "Yeah, I'd be ready, I'm ready," you know. This is what I did when he came at me. I went like this. Yeah, that's not a good feeling because when you have your kitchen, I don't know how to fight my kitchen. So He came at me, but I'm crafty, I think. I'm crafty, I'll keep you busy. Okay, so here's what I did. It was amazing, and you try this. He came at me, his big bald head with these ears, and he came at me, and I don't know how I thought of it. I was like this, and I grabbed his ears. I just grabbed his ears. And they freak. Guys don't know what to do. He was like, get the fuck off my ear! Like that. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. He's like, I'll kill you! And I'm like, and I'm driving his face. I'm driving it. Like that. He's like, I'm dead. I didn't do it. And I'm holding his face like that. And then he clamped onto my wrist with these banana hands, just like that. And I was like, oh God. And I remember the chimp. So I just chimp yanked him. I just chimp yanked him in there, like that. And I kissed that son of a bitch. I know. Not to brag, but I'm a really good kisser. And yeah. Plus if he hits you then, it's a hate crime. But so anyway, I was kissing him like that, and it confuses the guy. You do that, guy's like, what the, I thought I was straight. What the hell's going on, you know? Yeah, whatever they say. But the rule is once he starts relaxing into your mouth, you gotta pull back, headbutt, knee, all right? Yeah, that's a straight guy rule, because then that'll cancel out the But here's the genius of that move. You make out with a guy, then beat his ass, fucks him up for life. Screws him up for life, all right? It's psychological warfare, attack the mind and the lips, all right? But you know, it's funny, because guys, if there are no girls around, guy wants to fight me, I'll run away. I don't care. I got no ego. I don't want to fight. But the girls around, I'm going down swinging. That's how it is with guys. We don't want to look like cowards in front of you. That's guys. Just that's why guys talk a lot. You know, guys. As long as there's 6 people between us, yeah, I'll put you in the ICU, bro. You're lucky. All these guys. Let me go. Let me go. You know, we got to make a show, like hitting our chests. And you know, certain parts of the world, like New York. There's nobody who talks more jive than Italian guys from New York. That's an art. I don't care. Brooklyn guys, New York, Italian guys, nobody speaks like they got to tell you who they are, where they're from, what they're going to do to you, who they know. It's so beautiful before they fight. They'll be like, bro, favor. Go home, drink a warm glass of milk, take a nap, and go to mass, all right? I'll slap you so hard I'll kill your dog, all right? Bang, your dog down, like that. Hand on me. You know who I am? You know how many people I know, bro? You put your hand, you look at me wrong. Never mind throwing pies in his own face. Your mother's a fat lady. You know that, right? You know she gets the job. No resume. She walks in, she gets the job. You know that, right? Yo, how long does it take you, shit? You gotta talk about my family? No, you talk about my family. You bring my family into this shit, bro? Bro, 2 phone calls. You know who I am. You know how many people I... Bro, 2 phone calls. You think you know people, bro? Listen to me right now. I made 1 phone call, bro. 1 phone call. I don't gotta make a phone. I text. I just text. You go away. Tomorrow, your house, your domicile is a car wash. Your mother's washing my car like this. Topless. Her tits is... All right, that's just an example of the kind of stuff they talk in New York, and then they fight, all right? Toes. You get your friend to do your talking for you, because if somebody warns you about the guy you're about to fight, very scary. Don't use a French guy. Certain guys you don't use, you know what I mean? No, because my buddy's French, and he got in a fight. It was the most ridiculous. You know, it's a, tu as un problème là-bas? It just ends up making the guy horny. Then you get dry hump. But if you got, you know that guy? Always digging in the middle of the night, you know? Like, Peter, what are you doing? I'm looking for my mother. Shut up. That's a good guy, because if you got the guy, if the guy's standing there, he's about to fight you, you get Peter to walk behind him. Just walk behind him like, excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry. Please don't fight that guy. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's totally crazy. He will take out your eyes. Mommy. Okay, I'm making a point. Now, here's the lesson, all right? I got a way, you can get out of this. If you do this, nobody would ever fight you, okay? I'm gonna show you this. This is how you can get out of any fight in the world, okay? Guys there, don't stand like this, okay? A lot of guys stand like this. If you know how to use this, that's fine. But usually I see guys stand like this, they get in a fight, they look like they're in a washing machine. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. So you want to confuse them, okay? So here's what you do, okay? I get in a fight, this is what I do. Boom, look at that right there. Yeah, I go hip side with the jazz hands, and look at how loose my mouth is. Yeah, it's not gonna stop him, it just confuses him though. He's like, what the, is this guy a dancer? What's going on, you know? He doesn't know. while he's confused in that interim, who do I get to do my talking for me? It's awesome. I get a Scottish nobleman to ride up behind me. Angus rides up on this crazy steed, and he does one of the like that, and lands and just looks at my opponent, and he goes, "Excuse me, laddie, but he's a good man. Aye, some would even dare to. Oh, if you're fit enough to go to war with him, then I hope you've got Satan himself by your side, because you will need him." Yeah, and he just rides off. You're not gonna fight that guy. That guy's a great guy to have on retainer. Same guy gets you laid too, really. He just sits in the corner with a hood on. You're talking to a girl, catching rap, then you gotta go to the bathroom. That's his cue. You're like, "I'll be right back. I gotta go pee out of my dick," whatever you say. And that's when Angus gets off his stool and he walks up and he goes, "Excuse me, lass. I've come to warn you. That man you were talking to, be careful. For to know him is to love him." Yeah. No woman's gonna. What does that even mean? Don't just say something loaded. To know him is to know him is to love him. What does that even mean? Don't say something loaded and walk away with that weird accent. What does that even mean? What I mean to say, lass. And I hope you're prepared to crack the very clouds above you with your howls of ecstasy. You've been warned. And he doesn't. It's a bar, so he doesn't have a horse, so he does this. I guess I don't fucking know. Well, we covered a lot of ground tonight, and that's the most important thing. We learned a lot. We learned about butter baths and butterflies versus flies and how to use your feathers. I didn't know you were that tall in person, whatever they say. And then they say, you know, you taught us how to fight. You know, one guy, what if you had to fight a group of people, you know, and because Scottish noblemen, African medicine, expensive. So, you know, but how do you fight a group? You're always worth fighting for. You're always outnumbered. I don't care if you're in the Middle East, if you're Egyptian, if you're Tunisian, whatever, and you're standing there and you're fighting tanks and planes. I don't care. A lot of times you're fighting your kids, you're fighting your company. And, you know, the good thing is, like, a-holes a lot of times cluster in groups, like a Klan rally or the Taliban, you know what I mean? You know, or carolers, you know? And, yeah, and this ties into my number one town. This is the number one. I think this would be hilarious. Since I was a little kid, I've wanted to do this. You know, carolers, they always stand in that sort of, you know, line. They're like, deck the halls with bowls of holly. It's just very embarrassing. You know, they knock on your door, you open up, and they're like, you know, and I just, you know, and then there's always some cheesy crowd listening to them and kind of egging them on, like, oh, that's a, you know, and they're filling the air with their good cheer. And I think this would be awesome. I've always wanted to do this. I think this would be the greatest thing. I want to ride by. I think this would be the funniest thing. I want to get on a horse and just ride by, just top speed. And while they're in the middle of the song, preferably when they're like, just wanted to. All you got to do, it's so easy. You just ease your sword out, lock the elbow in the wrist, and let the horse do the work. It's a guilt-free kill, man. Not my fault your long, caroling neck's got in the way of my slap my own ass. 'Cause I don't believe in unless you're a face-biting cow. All right, well, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I just want to show you what I look like in slow motion when I'm riding. Too busy listening to your varsity choir voice. By the time you hear my horse, like, deck the halls with bowls of holly, huh? Is that a horse? Yeah, it is. Yes, it was. Yeah. So this is what I look like when I'm riding up on you as a... Thank you. Gracias. Merci. Arigato. Majosa. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you very much.